And if we wrap up, then we're going to do our shock 2024 Premier League prediction. Paul, what have you thought? What are you going for?
It's a shock prediction, yeah. There's a tinge of reality, but it's shock, yeah. Aston Villa to win the Premier League.
Wow. Oh, well, and can you give us any thoughts further than that? Why do you say that then?
Well, look where they are. Look where they're sat in the league. I mean, you said a shock prediction, a prediction that might shock everybody. I mean, Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City. We know there's a 3-horse title race. But look in that top 4, Aston Villa are there and they're not going away. If they're still there come the end of January, come the end of February, we've seen the others falter. Liverpool not pick up the points they should. Manchester City, they look like they're kicking into gear. And we all expect that Manchester City juggernaut just to roll on now and go and win the title. Arsenal look to have faltered. If City pick up some of the form that they had before they went away for the Club World Cup, 1 win in 6, and Villa are still there, may not be looking so silly in a few months, but I think I might be.
And Wayne, what are you going for? We can certainly caveat in here as well and say that we don't always expect these to happen. This is just a bit of fun to wrap it up.
Yeah, my shock prediction for 2024 is Man United to be relegated, based on their performances and not so much the results. The results have been okay-ish, and I think have actually massively flattered them based on their performances and some very, very late goals from McTominay usually, but they've been abysmal this season. They don't have a style of play. They don't have a manager who knows what he's doing. They don't have opportunity to improve their squad really in January, so there won't be any major signings coming in, but certainly would be unlikely. I can't see them getting any better. I think they will still keep churning out the odd win just because their players are about good enough. But when it comes to playing big sides, they always fall apart. They always get beaten. And those 40 points needed to stay up could be looking more and more difficult as we get into the spring. So it might seem unrealistic, but Man United fans who have watched every minute of this season know how bad their team have been.
I tell you what, the shock predictions get bigger and bigger. I'm not sure if I can top that, to be fair, because that is certainly a big call. Now, mine involves transfers, but I will explain. So my first thought is that I don't think Manchester City are going to win the league, and I will explain why. Now, that's not the shock prediction, because I think that Kylian Mbappe is going to remain at PSG this year. We've seen it before. It happened in the summer of 2022. I was actually at the game when it was announced, his contract. He became an ambassador of the club. Everyone went absolutely wild. And as a result, I think that Erling Haaland is going to have his release clause activated by Real Madrid in the summer. They're not going to win the Premier League this year, and he is going to go to Real Madrid for, however, 200 million euros, who knows, but it'll be something around there. And to replace him, the man that's been out of football for quite a while, I think the man that would lead their line absolutely brilliantly, Ivan Toney, to join Manchester City for £100 million.
Lewis.
Can I have a sip of whatever you've been drinking, please?
Yeah, I think we need another podcast. I think Man United getting relegated is more likely.
Look, maybe Ivan Toney's a bit of a stretch, but one thing I can certainly say is I do believe that Kylian Mbappe is going to stay at PSG. I can't see him going, and as a result, they're not going to go for Harry Kane. I think Erling Haaland's the obvious man, and that was my justification.
Okay, Lewis. Okay, you stick to that. That is the shock prediction of 2024. That's the headline for our podcast.
And we'll end it there. Perfect. You've just watched a segment from Football Insider's brand new podcast, The Inside Track, with me, Lewis Pearce, alongside the guests on the show. Thanks very much for tuning in. Please do give the video a like, comment your thoughts on the topic, and feel free to share on your social media pages. If you want to listen to the full podcast episode, click the link in the description below. Keep your eyes peeled for plenty more content and exclusives here on The Inside Track.